Hi, it's Emma from Emma's Cards and Paper Crafts. Today I'm sharing something a little bit different with you. When I first became a Stampin' Up demonstrator, I discovered the Memories and More cards and I began making an album of those. So first of all, I'm going to share my album from the events of last year within my family and how I've laid out my cards, and then at the end of the video I'm going to do a one-page layout covering the rest of my daughter's birthday that I've not yet completed because I'm way backlogged and behind from the beginning of this year with my photos and everything. So here's the album I made last year. So this was just a layout of a place we went for a weekend away for my wedding anniversary. The Pig at Combe is part of the chain of hotels I work for. It's a small restaurant with rooms type hotel. So this is down in Devon, and it just shows a few of the things that we did in our time there, walk we went on, a little bit of information about the hotel, the card we got that was in our room, and just a few photos from around the place. We've then got my daughter's birthday that we went to the oceanarium. So just a few things here. So the turtle that swam right above her head, a close-up of an octopus that came up real close to us. This penguin kept constantly chasing the kids' finger and trying to eat them, which they thought was hilarious. Then they found an emo. My youngest decided she was the same size as a king penguin. We've actually recently revisited, and she's much bigger than a king penguin now. So this was my youngest daughter's graduation from nursery and her photos. So she had a little photo shoot at school. So this was my husband's birthday. We went away and stayed at a hotel in Bournemouth, the Hilton. Just a few photos from there. Cinema trip for one of the kids' birthdays, and then we went up to stay with my mum for a few days, and they had like a farm shop, and they run they turned one of their fields into a big play area for the kids for the summer, where they were doing tractor trailer rides, and they had animals that you could pet, and playgrounds to play in, lots of trampolines, haystack to climb with slides and things. We also visited Longley in the summer. So these here are the which dies are they? Alphabet a la mode. All of these Memories and More cards are actually retired ones now, though. There's not actually many in the current catalogue. I think there's only one which goes with the beautiful, Bright and Beautiful Suite or the Beautiful Balloons stamp set. I don't actually have those yet, so I'm still working with retired cards. I do like to get the new ones when they come out, but I just haven't made an order yet. So here's the rest of Longley. These ones were actually way back when I first started, and I think they were even in the clearance when I first started Stampin' Up a couple of years ago. That's the rest of the animals from Longley. The terrible monkey that destroyed our car. He ripped all of my guttering rubbers out the top, so we can't put a roof rack on anymore because it hasn't got the rubbers that the roof rack mounts into. This was September when the kids went back to school and their school photos for the year. And then October half term we went down to Cornwall for a week, and actually we got through quite a few different places where we were. We went to Carnglaze Cabins, which is beautiful underground cabins that have got pools and very pretty. So this is the leaflet, so I've just tucked that in here as well. It tells you a bit about the place. They actually hold weddings here. It's really pretty. It was just something random we found on Facebook one day. And we went to visit the grounds. It was actually pouring it down with rain that day, but it didn't stop the kids. They loved it. And then on the first day in the park, we won a dinosaur in the arcade. So we had to do a little Dino's Adventure photo shoot. So he got his own half a page spread for that. We went down to Land's End, went to the Aardman studio. So there was a lot of Shaun the Sheep and Wallace and Gromit. And everything. The kids love Wallace and Gromit, so I thought the kids would love that. The day we went down to Land's End as well, it was absolutely hoofing it down. I think it was the worst day of the week we were down there, so the kids were well and truly damp. They even got morph as well. They had their photo taken at the Land's End post, but I don't have that in here. Next day we went down to Sennen Cove because my husband's a fisherman and likes to see all these boat wrecks and stuff, so he wanted to climb all the way down the cliffs to this boat, which, if you look at this picture here, this is how far of the cliffs they had to climb down. It was this cove here they climbed down, and there's the ship just there that you can see. So it's quite a hike down there, and my daughter went down there with him and had her photo taken down there. Evening entertainment, we also went into Newlyn one day and did an escape room, which the kids loved. Went to a couple of coastal fishermen villages, so my husband could see all the boats and things because that's his thing. The kids loved it too. My son's all into fishing as well, so that was him playing with the winch, helping a man winching his boat. Went down to Lizard Point as well, which is the furthest most southern point, I think, of the UK. The kids got to meet a couple of the characters again that evening, and then this was our last day visit to the beach before we came home. I've still got to fill in this. I missed this out. I didn't have the photos printed at the time, but that will be filled in with a concert I went to literally the week after we got back off holiday. And then we got Christmas here, so this was the kids' Christmas wish list, what they wanted. And then Christmas Day dinner, Christmas tree, because me and my husband decided to surprise the kids with a real Christmas tree, and we literally put it up overnight, and when they woke up in the morning the Christmas tree was there. Because I have weird OCD about letting the kids decorate the tree. I have to do it 2 or 3 times in a row because it just doesn't look right if they do it. And then this was the ages at Christmas and what was their favourite bit about Christmas. So my eldest, her favourite thing was piggies in blankets, as she calls it, which my kids live on pigs in blankets. Even when it's not Christmas, they get me to make pigs in blankets for them. I surprised my son with a Switch this year, which at the moment he seems to have misplaced, so he loves it that much. And then my youngest, she was just over the moon by getting a chocolate orange in her stocking at the end of her bed. And then my other daughter, Molly, she just likes opening presents and eating food. Well, who doesn't? And then I haven't really done anything there. So that was my 2022 album. And now we're going on to my 2023 one. I did a short Facebook post showing this small page we did. So this was for my daughter's Molly's birthday in January. We went to a high ropes course, it's called Rock Reef on Bournemouth Pier. The kids love it there. We literally got back from there. We went there 2 weeks ago again. It was the same day as my daughter broke her arm, and we ended up in hospital that night. She didn't break it there on the ropes course though. She managed to break it in a playground on the way home. So there we go, it's Rock Reef. It was also my son Samuel. He's born at Christmas, so he rarely gets a birthday party because it's Christmas holidays. Most people are too busy, so we got a couple of his friends together in the January, and him and Molly had a joint birthday party and took a couple of friends over to Rock Reef. So we're just going to continue on with Molly's birthday because Rock Reef trip was the weekend before her birthday. These ones aren't Stampin' Up cards that I'm working with today. They're just random ones. I think they're just project life ones that a friend of mine, my upline, Jess Carpenter, gave me. I just love that they're foiled. So they match these ones that we'd already started with for Molly's birthday. So I'm going to pick a pocket and then build the page for the next one. So I've not got much to do for Molly's birthday because the main focus was on Rock Reef. So we've just got a picture of her birthday cake, her presents the night before, and her presents when she opened them. Nothing too spectacular. And let's just go through these cards and pick a few out. 1 second. There we go. So I've got this one, gold spotty one, and a pink one that's similar to this one. What I'm going to do this time though is I'm going to put the big one at the bottom here and here, I think. Yeah. Maybe we have the flowers. No, I wanted that one to say birthday actually, so we'll keep it like that, I think. But yeah, today I'm just completely winging it. I haven't got anything prepared for this, apart from picking out the set of cards I was going to use, because I had to find those out because they had mysteriously vanished. So I might trim that photo down a little bit so it fits on there with this one. Which way else is this supposed to go? That way. Probably trim that one down as well, because you've got all the mess of my house in the background. So those will go on there. I'll trim those down, and then we've got our cake. I'll trim that one down as well, and I'll put it here, I think. And then we're going to do a little bit of stamping here just to say birthday. Let's find a birthday stamp though. Got these ones here. See what other could use a small happy birthday, because that will fit in the centre there quite nicely. And then just pick a pink. Maybe we'll do flirty flamingo with that. Let's get my handy dandy swatch cards out. Oh, here they are. So a friend of mine, fellow demo, made these for me. So it literally has the card stock of every single colour that's current on them. Because these aren't Stampin' Up cards, it would just be easier to swatch to see what colour is closest. Thinking flirty flamingo is going to be reasonably close, I think is the closest. So then I also put these little stickers on here with the ink colour. Yeah, I think 30 flamingo ink's the closest to those. So we're going to stamp the happy birthday here in flirty flamingo. I've got all of my inks stacked up in front of me. So let's pop this all to one side. We'll do the stamping first. Just move the album out the way. In case you haven't heard in all my videos before, I work with a very limited small desk, and a lot of my craft stuff is kind of like in very small distance around me, so I've not got much room to move. So often I have to put things on the floor next to me to be able to actually work well. So now I've gone and put the stamps out the way when I need the stamps out. So these are the go-to greetings. These are current in the catalogue. That's happy birthday. We'll just get a block. Oh, I seem to have hidden most of my blocks. Ah, here's one. So I'm just going to get a scrap bit of paper that's not shiny, because here's a scrap piece. I just want to see what angle I have to stamp at to be able to get this straight. So excuse my head a minute, and I've just moved my mat. So I need to just point that bit down at an angle, I think. Yep. So just going to give this a good stamp off a minute. Make sure I've got the excess ink off around the edges, because I stamped it a little bit too vigorously in my stamp pad. So I'll just give it a gentle stamp. And then let's make sure I'm stamping this up. Yeah, so I stamp this up the right way. Excuse my head again a minute. There we go. Reasonably straight. I've also got some Stampin' Up cards here, which are the textured chic ones, and they just have some nice gold foiled and pink stickers in the set. So I have used some of these stickers on the previous pages from this set. So let's see what we've got. Can't decide. Let's have a look to see what. Oh, I know I have. Might stick a few of these on. So these are the loose frosted dots from the Irresistible Bloom Suite. I'm going to put a couple of the different sizes of the pink ones. I think the pink in here is Flirty Flamingo as well. I'm going to try and get one of each size. Just make a little cluster in the corner. So just a little bit of Tombow here. I'm trying my best not to completely douse them in glue. I really need to get a finer tipped glue. Yeah, I think they are Flirty Flamingo. Don't want too much glue. There we go. But just enough. Pop that one down there. And the teeny tiny one I'm going to put the other side. I might even put 4. I slid and put glue everywhere. Can't decide. I feel like this side needs more. Normally I just go for 3, but I think it's because I stamped a little bit over to one side, not quite completely in the middle. Yeah, I might put those 2 other ones on. So these 2, this big one and medium one here. So 5's the magic number today. You can never get the glue to come out when you want it to. Try and hold it still a minute. Oh, that one went all over the place. So, even though these are slightly raised, because they're in plastic wallet pockets, they'll be well protected and won't get ripped off or anything, because once they're in the pockets you don't actually physically touch the cards, which I like, so your cards don't get grubby or anything from turning pages. And the beauty of that is, if you don't like a layout after you've done it, you can take your cards out, swap them around, relay it out, and see how it goes. I might even change the album so that her birthday and her presents are on the first page, and then the double spread in the middle is all of Rock Reef, so that you've got Rock Reef all on one page. So I might actually do that. So let's just pop that one to one side to dry, and then let's get some of these photos trimmed down with my trimmer, if I just find it. So I'm just going to trim this one down a smidge. I'm not going with any particular measurements, I'm just trimming it down to kind of concentrate on the main image a little bit more. So I've just taken a bit off the top and the bottom of that one. And I'll put my scraps in the bin. And then where's the other 2 photos? Over here. So I'm going to kind of measure this one a little bit more, because I want a little bit of a border around it. I think I'm going to go somewhere here to trim that down too. So yep, that one gives it a little bit of border. I'm going to trim this one so that you can't see all of the rubbish in the background of my dining room, because even though we only moved 6 months ago, I still have a million boxes stacked up that we haven't yet unpacked. And then bringing back these stickers, I might use the love and maybe a leaf to decorate this little bit here, I think, or this one maybe. This is what life is about. That works quite well. It's the right shape sticker as well to go in there. So let's get those stuck down in a minute, and then we're going to stick the birthday cake one on this one here, and I might even add a few more of those frosted dots to the heart on here to tie it all in. So let's just pop the trimmer out the way, and don't want too much Tombow on these, because some cards, or depends on the brand of the card, sometimes they go a bit wrinkly if you put too much glue on them. I think on previous pages I've mostly used tearing tape or double-sided sticky tape to stick down the photos, so that also after time, not everybody wants it to happen, but over time double-sided sticky tape does lose its sticky and sometimes dries out, and that way if you ever want to remove the photos from the cards with a little bit of gentle heat on them, like for example if you just put them on the radiator for a little while, you'll be able to peel it off nice and easy if you wanted to, but at the same time it gives you quite a lot of stick where you want them, when you want them, whereas this glue is pretty much permanent. You can never remove it again afterwards. So we're going to stick this one just here. Just give that a minute to stick and dry. Oh. Seem to be going through so much Tombow these days. There we go. Go, try and keep it in line, and then I think I will go with this one. Maybe if we put a leaf coming out from underneath it, so it doesn't even matter if it covers your photos slightly, it just adds a little bit of interest and gives it a bit more layers to the cards. So I'm going to stick a few of those glossy dots on here, or frosted dots, sorry, not glossy dots. Glossy dots are my other favourite ones from previous. The irresistible, no, not the irresistible blooms, the hues of happiness. They were my favourite. Glossy dots are still current though, but they're adhesive ones, whereas these are non-adhesive. So I'm going to get 2 of each size, and I'm just going to splat them on the page randomly. So I'm trying not to put 2 the same nearby. Big one there. Oh, that one's gone stuck to my thumb. I really need some tweezers. There's 2 there. You will come out, glue. Come on. It's me sat here talking to my glue. Oh, and now I had too much come out at once, and it's all gone over my thumb. Let's try and wipe a tiny bit of that off, because otherwise it'll be spread all over the page. Let that one go there. There we go. I've got glue on my finger for the next couple. Medium one there. Little one down here. Oh no, that's stuck to my thumb. These are not the easiest things to work with. End up all fingers and thumbs. That one has stuck. That one's got a bit of glue on it. Right, I just need to get some glue for the middle-sized one. You know what? I might leave it at 5. I think 5's enough. I like that the flirty flamingo actually goes well with the pink icing on her cake, so that works well. Right, so I'm going to bring back in my album now. This one should be dry as well, and then I think we might do a little bit of a rejig. So actually let's pop these forward a minute so they can continue drying. while we rejig the album. So I still need a big and 2 small, so you get various different layouts with these. So you've got, I've put all of the same ones together, so these are all 4 small cards. Then you've got the next layout, which is a big one at the top and small at the bottom, 2 small at the bottom. You've then got 2 big, then you've got the other layout where you've got 2 small at the top and a big at the bottom. And then you also, I think I've already used them, you get 1 big A6. I don't know if I have used both of them, maybe I have. So you get an A6, full A6 one. Not A5 even, not A6. Yeah, I must have already used both of them. Oh no, there it is. So that one's a full, so it's 1 big one. So for the big ones like this, I tend to use a DSP or a card background that coordinates with the cards that I'm using. So yeah, there's 2 of those. So this one, we've got the big card at the top. So I'm going to go for one with a big card space at the bottom. And then we're just going to rejig the rock reef photos. So here we go, they just slide out. Slide out. So what we're going to do is we're going to put these ones in the front. So this big one at the top. Just be careful not to knock the gems while they're still a tiny bit damp. Put this one in here. That's just how simple it is to just slide them in. And then we're going to put rock reef on this spread here. So these are double-sided cards, but I don't always like to use both sides of them. Sometimes they just don't fit the projects that I'm doing. So we're going to put the fun starts here at the beginning. And then this, oh, have I got this round? Yeah, I have got this round the right way. And then this big one down here. So we've got the boys. I'll put the boys over this side. So when we went to Rock Reef for the birthday, the boys did the caving because they're only little. So it's basically just a underground set of tunnel tubes. Where it's a pretend underground set of tunnel tubes. It's basically, in realistic terms, it's just like, I don't know if you remember the old slides they used to have at like McDonald's and things, where they're like the round tunnel spiral slides. It's similar to that, and it's just a set of caves built from those type of tunnels, and all kitted out, so it's all in the dark. So they have to wear a caving helmet with a headlight so they can see where they're going. And there's a ball pit in there which is supposed to represent the sea, so they have to dive under through the ball pit to go through to the next bit of the caves. And it's quite good for little kids. The big kids not so much, because you've got to get around small turns and it's quite difficult to get around the turns. And then the older girls, they did the high ropes course, so they're a little bit more of daredevils. They were a little bit shy and scared to start with, but they soon got the hang of it. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing today's layout. I will be bringing some more of these because, like I say, this is just January, so that's January done now, and then this will be February. So I will be making another video of February happenings here, possibly with different cards, different colour themes, because I like to do different month and a different set of cards. And we'll see how it goes, and I hope to see you next time for my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.